What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and huge news coming out. Stimulus 2022. But you guys, I'm going to be turning on the fasten your seatbelt light for this one because I'm expecting there's going to be some heavy stimulus turbulence. This is your stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now take a look, you guys. Just came out late last night. Manchin wants to pause voting on Biden's social spending package until 2022. That is right, you guys. Now this throws a major kink into the Democrats' plan for stimulus because, as you guys know, I was reporting this to you yesterday. Take a look. Pelosi faces internal Democratic strife as the key deadline could sink Biden's agenda. And yes, you guys, that deadline that was imposed by Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi is September 27th, where she said she will take up the infrastructure bill for a vote on September 27th. And that bill is ready. It's sitting in the House, ready to be voted on. But she said, listen, I'll take it up for a vote, but I also want to take up for a vote the stimulus bill. Both parts of the infrastructure package, the infrastructure bill and the stimulus bill, at the same time to guarantee that everybody gets what they want. But here's the thing. The stimulus bill is not ready, and it's a pretty ambitious, aggressive timeline to get it ready by the 27th. 3.5 trillion, and they're working away every day trying to crank out that bill. And then, you guys, I reported to you that, well, we heard that Senator Joe Manchin said he's not on board with 3.5 trillion. Now, that's way too much spending, and right now, in order to pass this through the Senate, they literally need every single Democratic senator on board, and just one saying that they're not on board derails the entire thing, and Joe Manchin is that one senator. And even after we had President Joe Biden come out and say, don't worry, I'll talk to him, I'll get him on board like I did last time with the last stimulus package. Well, we heard that President Joe Biden flipping Joe Manchin to come up to 3.5 actually turned into Joe Manchin flipping Biden to come down on the overall price tag. And now we're hearing Democratic leaders are likely going to be doing the same. And here's why. Because they're saying that there's way too much at stake right now. They're saying right now, progressive Democrats are saying if you don't pass stimulus, we're going to sink infrastructure. And right now, moderates are saying if you sink infrastructure, we're going to sink stimulus. And they're saying if we can't agree on this, just bring the overall price tag down, because if there's no infrastructure and no stimulus, midterm elections are coming up right around the corner in 2022, and we will likely lose all of our power in Congress as well. As right now, Democrats are in control of all of Congress, the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And they're saying, look, if people see that we didn't pass anything, they're going to say even when you were in full control of Congress, you weren't able to get anything done. And they're saying it's very likely that Congress, the House, and the Senate could flip. Republicans could gain control of everything. So they don't want to lose their power, so they're saying just bring the price tag down because something is better than nothing. Well, you guys, now we're seeing articles like this, though. Manchin suggests pausing on $3.5 trillion package until 2022. Making things even more complicated, you guys, with the 2022 stimulus package. And like I said, I'm expecting some stimulus turbulence coming up here probably today and very much likely this week, you guys, as this develops. Now, I'm going to be diving into this article, giving you more details on this scoop. Manchin to delay the Biden plan until 2022 and get you caught up on everything as of today, September 20th, 2021. Now, before we dive in, though, if you can do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you like and appreciate these updates, keeping up to date on all this news that's unfolding with stimulus, unemployment, Congress, the economy, anything having to do with money, don't forget to just take a second to smash that like button. I would appreciate it. It really helps out the channel a ton. Just lets the algorithm know that you think I'm doing a good job, and they'll continue to promote my channel and my videos. Also, leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one, and share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. Now, in addition to that, don't forget, if this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, come join the viewing community, join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff so you know what's going on. And if you got any specific questions that you want me to answer, I'm very easy to get a hold of. I'm very accessible. All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and I'll go through all those DMs. I get a lot of them, so it might take me a little while, but I'll go through and I'll do my best to respond to any questions you got and try to help you out. And please use caution here on YouTube because there's a ton of scammers. They take my picture and they leave comments down below and they put my name, Steve Ram, and they say, oh, call me at this number, contact my assistant on WhatsApp, and then they ask you to donate money. Look, you guys, it's not me. I don't have WhatsApp, I don't have assistant, and I don't randomly ask you to donate me money in the comments, okay? It's not me. Contact me on Instagram. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in because there's a lot developing right now with pushing stimulus back to 2022, reducing the price tag. The Democrats' plans are falling apart, and we will see where we go from here. But like I said, buckle your seatbelts and let's dive right in. Alright, you guys, so link in the description below to this Axios article that just came out that says Senator Joe Manchin is privately saying that he thinks that Congress should take a strategic pause until 2022 before voting on President Biden's $3.5 trillion social spending package. People familiar with the matters tell Axios. Now, why it matters. Manchin's new timeline, if he insists on it, would disrupt the plans by Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to vote on the budget reconciliation package this month. And as I mentioned to you guys, they're trying to get this done right away. And now Joe Manchin is saying pause until next year. Now, we had heard him say do a pause, but he didn't give a specific time. And now he's saying all the way out till next year. Now, back home in West Virginia last week, Manchin told a group of employees at a Procter & Gamble facility in Martinsburg that he wanted to pause all talks about the $3.5 trillion bill until 2022. Now, those semi-public comments track with some of his private conversations about how long he wants to impose the strategic pause that he floated in a Wall Street Journal op-ed this month. Now, Manchin didn't give a specific timeline in his op-ed, as I mentioned. Now, any delay on the Democratic-only reconciliation package could imperil House passage of a separate $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill, which Pelosi has promised to pass September 27th. Listen to this, you guys. House progressive lawmakers are publicly vowing to vote against the infrastructure bill if it's not paired with the $3.5 trillion bill to be passed through the budget reconciliation process. And I shared with you guys that video footage from Pramila Jayapal as she came out and said, if you do not pass stimulus, or even if you mess with the price tag, I've got enough progressives in the House, we're all going to gather together and we will sink your infrastructure bill. So if you want to mess with our stimulus bill, we're going to sink your infrastructure bill. And we actually saw her tweet this out recently. Take a look here. Pause on finally delivering childcare, paid leave, education, healthcare, affordable housing, climate action, and dental, vision, and hearing for millions of families across America? Absolutely not. In response to Senator Joe Manchin saying it's time to hit the pause button on stimulus. Now, we will see, but centrist Democrats are adamant that the House passed the bipartisan bill first next week. Now, I reported to you guys as well that right now Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi is strategizing, and they're saying one of the things that she might try to do is get progressives on board to pass the $1.2 trillion and then just hold it in the House without passing it on to the president to sign into law. And she can do that for a little while they work on the stimulus bill, and then the stimulus bill will have to then get passed. But we will see, because progressives, they might not get on board with that. We will see. Now, reading on, it says Manchin and Senator Kyrsten Sinema are leading the Democratic opposition in the Senate to the size and the scope of the reconciliation package. It's largely been written by Senator Bernie Sanders and would vastly expand the social safety net from cradle to grave, as the New York Times recently put it. Now, Biden campaigned on many specific programs, including universal preschool and free community college. White House officials, as well as progressives in Congress, argue they're desperately needed to help foster a more equitable and inclusive society. But Manchin has signaled that he has deep concerns with the specific elements of the package and that his spending range is capped at $1.5 trillion. Now, last week, the president failed to persuade him to accept the $3.5 trillion number during a meeting in the White House. As I let you guys know, it actually turned into Manchin flipping Biden. Now, between the lines, Manchin is more public about his opposition, but Sinema also has deep reservations as well. She continues to engage with the White House and Senate leaders and to negotiate in granular detail. Now, go deeper. The Democrats' strategy of passing the two pieces of legislation simultaneously will face a crucial test this coming week, you guys, as the 27th is 1 week away. Now, last Friday, 9 House centrists reminded Pelosi of her promise to hold a vote on the infrastructure bill on September 27th, a week from Monday. We reiterate our appreciation for the Speaker's public commitment to only bring a bill to the House floor that can garner the necessary 51 votes for passage in the Senate, the 9 lawmakers said in a joint statement. We need legislation that can get out of the Senate and to the president's desk. But progressives, as we mentioned, insist that the bipartisan package will fail if leadership brings it to the floor for a vote before the reconciliation bill is passed. It won't have sufficient votes to pass the House, said Representative Pramila Jayapal, chairwoman of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. Now, Representative Jim Clyburn, the House Minority Whip, suggested Sunday that his party may need more time to resolve differences. We heard they might delay this out for a little while, but we had heard maybe early October. We didn't hear anything about 2022. And he said, sometimes you have to kind of stop the clock to get to the goal. He also said that the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill, it may be $3.5 trillion, it may be close to that, or it may be closer to something else. So you guys, we will see. Right now, everything is up in the air, and we will see what's going to happen with the size of the bill, the provisions included, the time frame for it. Now everything has changed. But you guys, that is the latest on stimulus. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to keep you up to date. It's very likely we're going to be getting a lot of updates, probably today, but definitely throughout the course of this week, and I'll be sure to keep you up to date as things unfold, you guys. But with that being said, thank you so much for joining me. As always, if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a second, smash that like button. I would appreciate it. Leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. And if you got any questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And remember, regular uploads, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and also random videos throughout the day or on weekends as news breaks. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.